Alright gamers, you haven't seen him for a hot minute, but he's back in the building again. Mr. Central, slandering my GOAT Super Circuit, yeah? On my timeline. I see someone making a video with a thumbnail like this about my Scrimbly. In the bin. It's time you're getting cooked, buddy. You're getting cooked, buddy. I find it weird that Mario Kart 1 had no Super Circuit tracks. So I want to know what Mr. Central thinks about it. Let's find out.
I think it's safe to say that Mario Kart World is one of the most controversial games in the series.
Shut the front door.
It seems almost perfectly split between people saying this is the greatest game ever made and the other people who can't do parkour. To be honest, I do find myself mildly underwhelmed with the game, mostly because I don't love the low track count or playing on intermissions, but the gameplay itself is...
Well, listen, we call them routes now. You gotta be careful with that, Mr. Central. Okay, just letting you know.
Definitely the strongest in the series. So much so that I definitely think Mario Kart World could surpass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for me if it gets more tracks through DLC. I do fully.
It already surpasses Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if you ask me. It's just, is it going to surpass it by this much or like this much? That's why it counts really, because I'm never playing 8 Deluxe again. Fucking bum ass jack of all trades, master of none type game.
Expect for this to happen eventually. I mean, Nintendo would have to hate money for them not to, so it really comes down to what that DLC will be. I'd love to get more characters, hashtag Larry for Mario Kart, but I think the main thing the game needs right now is certainly more tracks.
True.
Luckily, Nintendo has a huge selection of retro tracks they can choose from to adapt into Mario Kart World. We already have about 14 retro tracks in the game, but there is something a bit odd about them. Up until now, every Mario Kart game with retro tracks featured at least one course from every Mario Kart game before it.
We don't talk about that.
However, Mario Kart World is the first to not represent every previous game. In fact, 2 games do not get a single retro track.
Oh, Mario Kart 8, obviously.
The first of which is Mario Kart 8, which sort of makes sense since Mario Kart World doesn't have anti-gravity. The other, though, is incredibly surprising, as World is also missing Mario Kart Super Circuit.
And I cried. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You know the funniest... one of the funniest times to be a content creator for me, like I would say on my personal top 10 funniest moments to be a content creator was when it was confirmed that there's no GBA tracks in World. The amount of people that I even had people come to my DMs, by the way, they're like, Moresty, I'm so sorry to report there's no Super Circuit track. And I'm just like, I mean, it's upsetting, but I'm not like so people were pinging me in the Discord going, Moresty, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, you don't get me wrong, it sucks a little, but I'm not crying about it. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm serious. I'm okay. But like, yeah, it was really funny. It was really funny.
Oh wait,
some people DM me. Literally, I'm not joking.
We talk about that.
This was the third entry in the Mario Kart series released on the Game Boy Advance, and is the second most simplistic right behind the original. There is absolutely no reason that Mario Kart...
the concept of really liking something but not making it your personality was like lost on some people. Moresty, please, I'm so sorry.
World could not implement a track from here, as they're all perfectly flat. It's almost like World completely forgot this game even existed.
True.
It probably is the least iconic Mario Kart game, but that doesn't mean its tracks are bad. In fact, I think there are
some good ones.
gems here. So today, I thought it'd be fun to go through all 20 of Super Circuit's Nitro tracks and discuss which I think would make the most sense for Mario Kart World DLC by placing them into a tier list. We already did this for Mario Kart 8's Nitro tracks, but that video was more of a discussion on which tracks would actually be possible. After all, World is missing a lot of mechanics that are vital to those track designs. That is not the case for any of Super Circuit's courses. They
just forgot for the fun of it. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna forget. Tee. Pricks.
To put them in here, there will be next to no issues. So in this case, I'll be judging these based on 3 main factors. 1, does the track have a good theme that makes it distinct compared to the other tracks in Mario Kart World?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah, we don't want too many overlapping themes. I think another one is how close was its most recent remake? Like, if something was remade in World, does it need to come back again? I think that's another one, right?
2, how recent was their last remake compared to the others in the selection? And finally, 3...
fun. Just like pure, what the fuck do I want, I imagine?
How fun is the track
Yeah, true.
itself? Obviously, that last one is especially opinion-based, but luckily, I have the most correct opinion, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Second most correct opinion is mine, obviously the first. But I'll let you have it. Don't worry, it's cool.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel.
We're at 75% now, yeah? Ooh, it looks like the number's gone a bit higher since I last saw it. It's gone a bit higher. It's gonna be high. I don't know, honestly. Maybe we need more perks. Maybe we need to add more perks to entice the people. I don't know, man.
And let's jump.
Where's the tier where I get to like hang out with you and pretend you're my best friend? Where's that tier, huh? What's happening? That'll get the numbers up. That'll make the line go up. Come on.
Right in.
Alright, so first one is I'm gonna do mine first, then I'll let you talk, okay? So I think the first obviously is Peach Circuit, right? It's Peach Circuit, which I'm gonna I'm okay. Bro, Peach Circuit would be weird. Wouldn't it be weird? Like it has the castle in the background. What, you're just gonna slap a dumb little circle on the front of it? Yeah, no, that's a no. That's a no, bro. That's a hard F.
Off the mushroom cup,
Easiest
we have
F of my
Peach
life.
Circuit. Obviously, as a starter course, it is quite simple. It's far from the worst starter we've ever had.
No, it's not, but like it'd be very, very weird. In Mario Kart, it would be very weird.
Circuit still haunts my nightmares. The main issue with Peach Circuit potentially returning is obviously the theme. The defining set piece of the course is Peach's castle in the background, and I'm not sure if DLC courses would be a part of the actual open world, but if they were, it would certainly be odd to include.
Yeah, so it's like either it's part of the open world, in which case there's just a Peach Circuit next to Peach Stadium, or like the island theory is on another island, in which case there's another Peach Castle there. Or if it did return, it was called Peach Circuit, but it didn't have the castle, and it's like, what? It's just weird. It'd be a weird inclusion regardless.
Peach's castle.
But there's like, it looks at expanded island theory or extra island theory, you know what I mean? What if Shell Peach Stadium is a refurbished Peach Circuit? Even, that's probably the best case scenario, and even then it'd be like, sure. Oh.
Considering we already have Peach Stadium, I don't think there's a need for Peach Circuit. So I'm gonna put this cleanly in F tier.
Yeah,
I would
easy.
be both very disappointed and very surprised if this was the only GBA track we got. Next up is
I think next up is Shy Guy Beach, which if you're asking me, guys, am I the only one who likes Shy Guy? I like Shy Guy. It's been a while since it came back as well. I think last we saw this was Mario Kart Wii. It could come back. I definitely see how there'd not be many opportunities to parkour, to be honest. And we have a beach track in Cooper Beach. But I really like it, though. I feel like if they maybe if they put this near Wario's Galleon, and then like they added like a bit more of like some more extra pirate ships. They already have the pirate ship in the game, so they could remodel one of those, make it a bit more active, and then like it could hang around there. I love Shy Guy Beach. I'd probably put it in C though, because like I get it. We already have a beach track, like a pretty good beach track. And then what else is it really doing? Layout wise, a bit parkour. You couldn't really do that much. I'm putting in C though because I love Shy Guy Beach. Okay.
Shy Guy Beach though, and this one is a little bit more interesting to talk about. Now we do already have a few beach tracks in the game, but this would be able to stand out due to the Shy Guy pirate ships firing cannonballs. We do also have a few pirate ships in Mario Kart World already, but luckily those are all broken. So I think if they wanted to, the theme wouldn't be too much of an issue. What might hold this back is that 1, this was already remade in Mario Kart Wii, and 2...
I mean, it's still been a while though. I feel like if you were remade like more than 2 games ago, I feel like you can be remade again, right? I think they've got precedent to do it before. They literally added the BCP Choco Island, and then they Choco Mountain, and then they did it again, So I don't think it being, I think, yeah, that's like nearly 20 years ago. I think something being in 8 probably rules it out quite a bit. But I think 7 is like a toss-up. Wii, though? If something was in Wii or DS, I think it definitely comes back. Are you kidding me? I think that's a bit crazy, honestly. I'm gonna be honest.
I find it difficult to imagine where parkour mechanics would go here.
I think that's the better argument. I think, again, the track is relatively flat, and like, what else do you add for parkour? Do you maybe add like some shipwrecked parts or something? I think that's probably the biggest thing stopping it, in that it's not beating the flat allegations. Because in a game where parkour is so important, you don't really want to be flat, do you? I think that's where it stops it, and I don't really see too many natural areas where you can add parkour. Maybe you can, but I just don't see it.
Certainly highlight the water surface driving mechanic, but we already have tracks like Peach Beach doing that enough.
So yeah, KTB already kind of suffers from that, and while I don't mind it that much because it's short and the aesthetic is so nice, will a second beach track be able to? I think that'll be like the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know what I mean? I think Cooper Beach gets away with it just about. Small, the music's bumping. Beach doesn't. I don't think so. Shy Guy Beach doesn't at
I'd
least.
say more than enough. That track sucks. So while I could see this track making a return, it would be far from my first choice. Especially since there is a better beach map in Super Circuit that I'd like to see instead.
God, you suck at this game. Why do you keep bumping into the crabs, Central, man? Why do you keep Bro, you suck. Get me to record your gameplay next time.
So I'll be putting Shy Guy Beach into the B tier.
Oh, he put it in B. Okay, that's more generous than me. So after all that shit talk, he was more generous than... Okay, I'm putting in B as well. There's no way he could be more generous than me. There's no way. I'm putting in B too, just because.
Mushroom Cup course number 3.
Riverside Park. Riverside Park could be good. Are there really that many... I mean, I guess like the park area, like the Down Jungle area. I know Down Jungle got turned into like more of like a facility area. I don't know. I feel like this could come back. Definitely. I feel like its aesthetic is already an area in the world, and I feel like it could. The BCP definitely lowers its odds. I feel like it'd be a good fit though. I feel like it'd be a good fit. I do think Lakeside is the better fit though. I'll put it in C. I think it fits, but there's obviously the giant lakeside in the corner of the room. You know what I mean? So I'll put it in C.
3 is Riverside Park. While we do have Dino Jungle in Mario Kart World, I would still say Riverside Park has a unique feel. That's especially the case after Dino Jungle's makeover to lean more toward a Jurassic Park vibe. So if they wanted a more traditional jungle course, Riverside Park is certainly a good option.
Yeah, true.
But it is pretty important to mention that this is our first course that was also featured in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is going to be a huge debuff for most of the tracks we're going to talk about, since I would of course rather see completely new remakes.
Yeah, I agree.
There are several tracks from Super Circuit that have never been remade in a real game. I say real so I don't get comments about this one. So getting...
Oh, you're still gonna get them anyway. You're still gonna get them anyway.
A remake in back-to-back games
game.
would
I love
feel
the
like
slander,
it's
though.
stealing a potential spotlight away from another course. Not that Nintendo is above doing this though, looking at you two freaks. The Mario Kart 8 version of Riverside Park is a lot of fun, and I love how they created a new cave section to make the ending jump feel a lot more climactic. I imagine if it was brought into World, they could definitely implement a lot of parkour within the cave and outside of it using some jungle trees. Still though, I do think there are better choices that I'd rather see first, so I'm going to be putting this in C tier. This will make more sense later if it feels too harsh. The final track of the Mushroom Cup is
Bowser Castle 1. No, I'm okay, thank you. Not only has this been remade before in 7, which kind of already like lowers its odds. Bro, there's like there's the giant Bowser Castle 4 over here, bro. Bring it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, bro. Get rid of it. No,
Bowser Castle 1.
Don't do it.
We're going to keep this quick because we
Yep.
have 4 Bowser Castles to talk about. Obviously, Mario Kart World already has its own, but every Mario Kart game with retro tracks before this has had at least 2 Bowser Castles, so I don't think this would stop them. It'd be nice to get a more...
You did the Mario Circuit thing where you mashed them all into one. I'd put a mashed up GBA Bowser Castle in A. But Bowser Castle 1 on its own? No.
Traditional Castle 2, since Worlds is much more of a floating airship. Unfortunately, I think Bowser Castle 1 is the one I'd feel the least interested in seeing return. It has the most recent remake of the bunch appearing in Mario Kart 7, and it's also just the simplest. For that, I'm gonna place it below Shy Guy Beach in B tier. We'll talk-
B? Broski, you're being way too generous. Are you joking me? Even Bowser Castle 2, which I would say is the shittest one in Super Circuit, with parkour mechanics, I think this one could cook. There are a lot of ramps in that one, and I've seen the Tour version. The Tour one at least looks more interesting. So add the ramps from Tour, and add some like extra like spiky bits to like add a bit of stuff. You know, the Podo Boos coming up on the bottom one. Come on, bro. B? You're killing me, broski. You're killing me. You'd rather BC1 over Riverside. Like, I know he said it's recent, he's going to debuff it. But, like, and it's debuffing it for me. But, like, even if it wasn't just the BCP, I'd still be relatively so-so about this coming back. This one has not been remade for longer, but, like, I don't give a shit about this one, man. This one sucks.
Talk about why I like the other Bowser Castles more as they come. But now it's time for the Flower Cup.
Mercurio Circuit. This is just, like, the easiest. Yeah, I think this is another easy one, right, chat? Boring. We already have a good Mario Circuit in that the SNES one where it's all 3 mashed. All 3 mashed. That is correct. Don't correct me.
To kick us off with Mario Circuit. Yeah, this is a super
This is-
easy
just
last
move
place on
on.
the tier
Yeah.
list, as it does just about everything wrong.
And it was in, yeah, literally boring. Already a Mario circuit in the game and was in 8. Boring, 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 boring.
Not 1, but 2 Mario circuits in Mario Kart World already. 4 if you want to count each part of SNES Mario Circuit separately. Unlike Mario Bros. Circuit, GBA Mario Circuit really doesn't do anything to make it aesthetically special. And of course, the worst crime is that it was already remade in Mario Kart 8. It's a
Wow.
track I like racing on quite
Crazy.
a bit there, but it's safe
It's
to say
okay
that
then,
other
but-
courses should have priority. Even Peach
Oh.
Circuit I could see happening more, since that hasn't been remade since DS. Speaking of tracks with remakes in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
Boo Lake. I'm also gonna put where's Boo Lake? Boo Lake is about here. Yeah, I'm gonna stick this in F as well. I'll be honest with you. The reason I'm putting this in F, some people was like, that's a bit harsh, Moresty. Already was in 8 Deluxe BCP, so that's ranking it down quite a bit. There's another track in the same game that I'd rather be remade. And even on top of that, even if it's like, oh, just do Broken Pit, you don't even have to just do Broken Pit. If they really wanted to, they could take you guys know, like in front of Boo Cinemas, the Ghost Valleys, right? Give me a Ghost Valley track with all 3 of those put together. You have that already in the game. You could make that and call it a day, and that'd be kind of fun. I'd like to see that Ghost Valley, personally. So, like, you already have one in the game that you could rework into a track. There's one in this game that'd be way better. Yeah, get it. Yeah, F. Easy F. Easy F. Boring.
we have Boo Lake. This is one of my favorite remakes in the entire Booster.
And of course, like, obviously, this one has an underwater gimmick, which is now gone. And I gave it the extra sauce it needed. Yeah, no chance.
Pass, significantly improving the
chance.
original design by actually living up to its name. The original didn't use water at all, so the remake actually made it so you have to go under the water to race through the track. Uh-oh. Yeah, so big issue, Mario Kart World doesn't have underwater driving. Now they could pull a Wario shipyard and just have racers drive on the surface.
Yeah,
but I
but
think
that'd be boring. It'd just be boring. Like, I don't think the rest of the track's layout gives it enough sauce to justify adding it with overwater driving. Yeah, no.
that would end up being pretty lame.
Yeah,
Wario Shipyard is
not enough
already
sauce.
a controversial remake, and I think giving that treatment to a much simpler track would work even less well. If they tried to resurface
Very
the track like in
derivative.
the original, then it would just feel like a pointless downgrade to the 8 Deluxe version, even if it does have a bit of parkour. So I think it makes sense to put Boo Lake in F tier,
Yeah.
especially with another track coming up later. I'll put it above the other 2 in this tier though, since its theme is a lot more fun. But a theme that's even more
The only thing that's stopping it being an S is that it was in Mario Kart 8, so it doesn't really need a remake. I just want one, because I'm a fat fucking nostalgia chud.
more fun would be Cheese Land. It's so much fun that Mario Kart 8 also remade it. Yeah, this is another one that has the remake debuff, but I do think there's a bit more conversation to be had about this one. For starters, it is a really unique theme. Yeah, the cheese is very desert-like in Mario Kart 8
Cheese.
Deluxe, but it's
But
still
it's not.
cheese and obviously very
Thank you! Thank you! I've been saying this for years, and no one's been listening to me. It's a desert course. It's cheese. What the fuck do you mean it's a desert? Thank you. I love it when the video man agrees with me. I clapped.
different. Sadly, with the original GBA version being based on the
Unbelievable.
moon, I don't think that could really work for Mario Kart World's open world. It would be kind of cool to see it come back, I just don't think it's very likely. The 8
Yeah.
Deluxe version gives plenty to work with though, and even if it did use a decent amount of anti-gravity, none of it is so aggressive that it couldn't be tweaked to fit in World's gameplay.
The wiki considers it desert. First time the wiki's wrong. Fuck Mario Wiki. Worst wiki ever made.
Speaking of, I think this course is certainly complex enough to work with the game's parkour mechanics, and
Yeah,
it'd
I
be really
agree.
fun if they utilize different types of food to jump off of. I'd also like to see the rat guys from the original course make a
Yes,
return
bring
as well.
them back!
So even with the recency
Shut up.
debuff, I would be happy to see this make a return and could see it happening. I'd still rather see tracks we haven't seen in a while though,
Yeah,
so
fair.
I'll put this in B tier.
I'll
Ending
put it
off
in
the
A.
Flower Cup, it's another
Bowser Castle 2. Ironically enough, my least favorite Bowser Castle in the actual game, but considering all the ramps and the various things it have, I could see it coming back as an interesting parkour type course. I don't like it super good, so I'll put in maybe B actually. I'll put it in B actually. I'll put it above Sugar Beach. I hope they add tracks to the next Mario Kart. Same! I agree. I'll put it in B.
Bowser's Castle, and I have about the same comments to say about this one as I did with the first.
Really?
While Bowser's Castle 2 is a bit more complex, it was remade back in Mario Kart DS.
Yeah, but that's so long ago. I feel like he's using the remake. I feel like he's really like extending that remake debuff. I'm like, if it was in Wii or DS, it don't count, man. The remakes didn't start getting good until 7, where they actually like started to add shit to them, like actually make them. You know what I mean? They didn't. That's the game where they actually started trying with the remakes. And then 8 blew out of the park, and then World did as well. Wii and DS, they just slapped them in there just for track count. They don't count, man.
Now, it has been over 20 years since that game released. Yes, all of us are old. But there is another Bowser Castle in this game that hasn't seen the light of day for even longer. So I'll put this just above Bowser Castle 1 in B tier. On to our third cup with the circuits.
Luigi Circuit. I actually really fuck with Luigi Circuit, like in the game. I think for Mario Kart World though, I think it's just a bit too plain. I don't know if it's doing enough. This is one where it's like, I love Luigi Circuit in Super Circuit, probably like BA type beat. If someone put it in there, so I'd think you're crazy, but I'd fuck with it. But like in Mario Kart World, could it use the parkour though? That's the thing. Because Mario Circuit, the 3 SNES tracks put together, they barely use the parkour. Do you know what I mean? So if you're gonna bring back another circuit track, do you really give it you can't really give it the parkour. And plus, it doesn't gain the aura boost from being in the rain all the time. Because remember, this is like the weather's dynamic, right? So it doesn't get the aura boost from that. So, as much as it looks like a shoo-in, I don't think it is, I'll be real with you. I think it's C. Circuit track debuff, not really that much in parkour. Aura loss because of the weather. I think C is fair.
Starter track as the Lightning Cup begins with Luigi Circuit. Now, unlike the other two, there is a bit more hope for this one.
Oh, is it food time? What have we got for dinner, honey?
Chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala, gamers. Oh, I'll be having that later. Odyssey Central and Chicken Tikka Masala. Yeah, we're loving life. Life is good.
Would you say it's out of this world?
What's that?
Would you say it's out of this world?
I would say it's out of this world.
Like, Mario Odyssey? Yeah.
The true. Balling, honey, you're balling.
Don't have a Luigi-based course in World, unless you're one of those freaks that can...
Hang on, I missed the joke.
As the Lightning Cup begins with Luigi Circuit. Now, unlike the other two, there is a bit more hope for this one. We currently don't have a Luigi-based course in World, unless you're one of those freaks that consider Mario Bros. Circuit a Luigi course. I see you all in the comments.
Oh, hang on. Receipts? There actually are people that say that? Yeah, no, you people are clapped. These people are clapped, bro. You kidding me? Nah, they're cooked. They're cooked. And that's your fan base as well, honestly. That's your fan base. That's your fan base, bro. Full of default dads, full of whatever this profile picture is. This is your fan base, okay?
Luigi Circuit is still a circuit course at the end of the day, though, and I'd much rather get a course like Luigi's Mansion if I had the choice. There is also the big problem of this track utilizing rain as its main defining gimmick. Due to the interconnected world, the weather would be kind of hard to work with, especially because the lightning item causes it to rain for a few seconds now. They could have this just not be in the rain, but at that point, why even bring it back?
Yeah, do you know, I feel like the weather adds a lot to this one, and the aura loss just... You know?
I'm putting this at the bottom of C tier, since I do think it at least has a slightly higher chance than our F tier. The next course is another returning one from...
Is that fair, chat? Is that fair? Is that fair? I'm not putting in S tier. I'm putting in fucking fix it, please.
Hear me out. Huge thundercloud permanently over top.
I don't know, I'm going to be honest. All that for Luigi Circuit. You're going to change the dynamic weather just for Luigi Circuit, though. But like something like Cloudtop Cruise, fair. I can see Cloudtop Cruise doing like permanent sun and then like permanent thundercloud section. Ignoring the dynamic weather. All that for GBA Luigi Circuit, though? Nah, I don't think so. Not. I'm down Chungus in that because I disagree. But thanks for the two, appreciate that. But yeah, remake it properly. Put it in the clouds. Put it in the sky world. Do something better with this. Give me the beanstalks. Give me some parkour. This one is easily parkourable as well. You have the beanstalks. Just add some beanstalks in the. There's literally beanstalks on the track as hazards in the original GBA version. Have them growing in the middle of the track. And the ramps as well, tricking off. Yeah, easy.
From
Come on,
Deluxe
easy
in
stuff.
Sky Garden is what I'd say if I was a liar. The Sky Garden we have in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is completely different from the original GBA version that most people, including myself, love so much. The vibe is totally off, and their layout is barely even similar. Other GBA courses like Cheeseland did also receive big overhauls, but at least you can still feel the connection to the original. Plus it helps that I prefer the Cheeseland remake, whereas I think the original Sky Garden is better than what we got in 8 Deluxe. So a more faithful adaptation of the original that uses World's parkour mechanics would be great to see.
Nice shortcut, dingus. You learned that at shortcut school?
Especially since we don't really have a pure cloud-based course besides a few parts from Great Question Block Ruins. As much as I would absolutely love to see this make a comeback though, I do have to acknowledge how many times it's been remade.
I don't care. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. It was in DS. DS doesn't count. It was in 8 BCP. Was a different track. It's in Tour. Tour doesn't count. Not a real game. Don't care. As far as I'm concerned, it's never been remade before. Don't care.
Not remade in both Mario Kart DS and 8 Deluxe. And even though I have my problems with the Deluxe version, it does still exist.
Thank you.
But honestly, for being one of the best tracks in the game with a theme not seen in World, I'm still gonna put it in A tier. I would be so happy to see this make a comeback with a similar feel to the original, alongside a few new parkour shortcuts. But moving from our most remade Super
Cheap Island. I don't care for this track in the original game. I really don't. It's like a proper C tier track in the original game, if you ask me. Again, you remember, you suffer the aura loss from not having the sunset neither. No dynamic weather on this. Could they still make it work though? That's the issue. It's a beach track, which doesn't really have too many hazards involved. Could they add some hazards? Could it survive the aura loss of no permanent sunset? I'm not super convinced, but I'll put it in B. I'll put it in B. It could get some sauce. It could get some sauce. I'll put it in B. I'll leave it there.
Track to one that hasn't been remade at all outside of Tour, we have Cheap Island. Now Mario Kart World does already have a Cheap track with Cheap Falls, but the vibes between these two are completely different. Island is a lot closer to a beach track, but there is a good amount of differences to make it stand out compared to something like Koopa Troopa Beach. Primarily, this focuses on a lot of boardwalks, which do exist in the open world, but not quite to this extent. I could see each one of the wooden bridges in the track being mixed up with rail grinding segments to make the gameplay here much more entertaining.
Could be. It's possible. I don't know. It's possible. I see the vision, but at the same time, I don't. You know what I mean? BOA, honestly, it would have unique gameplay compared to KTB and Peach with the boardwalks. That's actually true. I didn't actually consider that. There's a good chunk of the track is on boardwalks, but if you lean into that a bit more, you know, I'm kind of convinced. I'll put it in. You know, I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A. You know, I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
The main beach areas also have plenty of open space to make it good for 24 racers, and just adding new content to make the track—
that actually also can make sense as well. One of the things I didn't like about the original is how wide it was for a Lightning Cup track. The wideness now works because there's 24 people. Yeah, okay, it's A. It's definitely A. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Have more to it while maintaining the layout.
You've convinced me. Potato and Central Man
in World, so that would be pretty easy.
Yeah, easy hazard to convert as well.
It would also be really fun if the giant Cheeps from the background could also play a part in the remake. Maybe they could bust up part of the boardwalks as the race goes on, which would also make parkour a bit more difficult. So even if we do have a couple beach tracks already, I think Cheap Island does enough to stand out among them. Add on that it's got a—
okay, listen, I don't try to pay attention to the gameplay in the background too often.
Beach tracks already, I think Cheap Island does enough to stand out.
Bro, where are you going? Where are you going? Look at this fuck ass clip. Where are you going?
So even if we do have a couple beach tracks already, I think Cheap Island does enough—
The track is here! The track is here, Rosie! Why are you here?
To stand out among them.
The boardwalk is there!
Add on that it's got a pretty solid layout and has never been remade, I see no reason not to put this in S tier.
Yes! Okay, more generous than me. I'd put it in A.
Definitely one of the most likely tracks we've seen so far, and one that I'd really like to see. To end off the Lightning Cup, we have
Sunset Wilds. Again, aura loss because there's no sunset because of the dynamic weather. The hazards, like, basically, and if they're getting by the new version, the hazards that were interesting are probably not going to be in the game. It's like, okay, hang on. Some people are saying same tier as Sky Garden, but here's the thing: even if you remake it properly, like, what does it even have? Like, what does blood even do? Be real with me. What does blood even do? The best you have is the Shy Guy Tents thing, which is a unique hazard, but I'm just like, Am I really bringing you back just for that? Am I really bringing you back just for that? Yeah, I'm okay, thanks.
Sunset Wilds. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see this happening at all. While it was well liked in Super Circuit, especially for its sunsetting gimmick, it was actually remade in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And it's the worst remake in the game. That's because they took out this track's one defining characteristic, as the sun no longer sets as you go. I mean, that'd be like if you took the hills out of Desert Hill. I've heard people say that it wouldn't be possible in Mario Kart 8's engine, but then why even remake that track at all? There are plenty of other courses that could have been added instead, so that makes the Sunset Wilds choice even worse. But if Mario Kart 8 couldn't do a sunset, then Mario Kart Worlds certainly can't. Kind of. While there is a day and night cycle, since that's tied to the open world, it wouldn't make Sunset Wilds unique at all. I mean, it's kind of a fun track to play, but compared to most of the others in this game, there's no reason to prioritize it.
Basically,
I think I'm putting this—
I agree. Odyssey, your opinion is the same as mine.
It's right below Boo Lake in F tier. I don't think we'll see it, and I also sure hope we don't. Now, compared to—
They could do something unique with it, maybe lean into the Western theme more. Maybe, but there's too much work to do in that track to the point where why don't you just make a new track? Like at that point, I'm just like, why not just make a whole new Western themed track? Why not make the Wild Wild West? Literally, they could just make that instead of repurposing Sunset Wilds. Just make Wild Wild West. Yeah, literally, just make another Western themed track.
To Sunset Wilds, the starter track of the Star Cup got a way better remake.
Snowland. Snowland is probably the first one where I'm like, do you know what? I don't want you remade, not because I don't like you, but because, you know what? You were in 8, you had a good run there. I'm kind of full. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of full, and you can just stay here. Alright, we got DK Pass. We don't really need you. We don't really. It's like a polite D tier, you know? It's a polite D tier. I'm just like, yeah, do you know what? Fine. Yeah, you can. A respectful decline. That's what it is for me. I wouldn't hate it as much as I would these 3. But a respectful decline.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. In fact, Snowland might be the single most improved GBA remake. Because the screen doesn't shake anymore, why did they make it like that?
Odyssey, you're making a fatal error. You're not supposed to hold the GBA like this. You're supposed to hold it like this. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know why you guys, you people keep doing that. You people. You're supposed to hold it like this, like a bit, like a distance away from you. If you're looking at this, then yeah, of course the screen shake's going to bother you. Hope this helps. No problem.
For some reason, the original game had the screen—
Excuses, Moresty. I'm not hearing it from you, Matthew. I'm still mad at you. I'm still fucking mad at you that you were right.
Shake for almost the entire course, which was absurdly annoying. Snowland in 8 Deluxe, though, is actually quite fun. I doubt it'd be many people's favorite track, but it's a nice and simple snow course. I enjoy every race I have here, but it's nothing special. If they wanted to add it—
Bring back the screen shake? They hated him because he told the truth. Rare Musty L is still annoying. Rare Musty L implies that I'm ever wrong, which I thoroughly reject. So you sit there and think for a minute as to the sin that you've cast in this community.
To World, I do think there could be a bit of parkour potential, especially with the bridge and trees, but I just don't see it happening. We already have plenty of other snow courses in World. Snowland doesn't do anything that DK Pass wouldn't do better.
Yeah, true.
Add on that it already has an 8 Deluxe remake, and I think putting it in low C tier is fair. It's not
low C
F tier since it's not a completely boring choice and could improve with World's mechanics, but I certainly don't find it likely to return. Now, I did just mention—
What do you mean, right? The screen shake sucks? Scully! Yeah.
That Snowland is the most improved GBA remake, but I think Ribbon Road deserves the crown as the best remake, period.
Ribbon Road, for me, is another respectful D tier. I'm like, you were good in 8 Deluxe. I'm just kind of... If someone said to me, hey, do you want us to come back again? I'm like, I don't know, it was in 8. You really? Yeah. Yeah, I put it in D because I'm just like, yeah, I had my fill of you for 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
thanks.
original was already pretty solid, which is why it can't have the most improved award. It had a really unique present theme that is far different from anything else that's seen in World. Mario Kart 8, though, took a totally different—
Yeah, it's like, how do you even recreate this theme? even if you like the theme of the original was already like a bit out there, you know, you're just in this presence wonderland, you know, and then you get the squeakquel or the remake, which is like a kid's toy room. How do you even like, you know? I agree with your base opinion, but I kind of want to hear how Cheeseland gets a pass, but this doesn't. Cheese. Like, what more do you want me to explain to you? It's cheese. I like the cheese.
Number 8, though, took a totally different
cheese,
approach
please. Can I have a cheese sandwich, please?
Extremely well. Now the track is meant to be a playset in a kid's bedroom, which is super creative. They really go all out with this gimmick too.
Why are you guys spamming cheese in my chat now? What the fuck?
Mecha Koopas as enemies, waving roads, and even Clown Car Jack in the boxes. Honestly, I really love both themes this track has had, and since both are far different from anything seen in World, I think that does help its chances despite its status as being a track in 8 Deluxe. I think they could take the bedroom theme even further in World, like just imagine doing tricks around different toys in the room or grinding over something like a line of Legos. I think if they took 8 Deluxe's version and just added World Parkour to it, it would be one of the best tracks in the series. But notice how we're inside a big house. That would be very hard to implement into the open world.
I think they could change the theming of this, and I think the track layout. If they do, if they do World's layout, no, if they do 8 Deluxe's layout but change the theme, I think this could work. But then it'd be like, is it even Ribbon Road anymore? Like, I don't know. And then even after all of that, I'm just like, there's other GBA tracks that could probably use some love, you know?
They'd have to design an entire building for this to be inside of, which would be quite difficult.
Maybe an amusement park. Amusement park could work. But even if they do find a theme that makes sense, the ultimate question is, do we need Ribbon Road to come back again? And my answer is still a respectable, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. Do you know what I mean? I think you're fine. You're just fine where you are. Even if we could like work around all of Ribbon Road's eccentricities, I'm just like, give something else a try, you know?
Maybe they could just have you take a warp pipe so you only ever see the inside of the room, or just not have DLC tracks in the open world at all, but either way, it is a problem. Luckily, we still have the original theme from the GBA on the table. While I don't think I would like it quite as much, there's still definitely some potential. They'd have to get quite creative to fit a land full of presents into the world, but if they could do Sky High Sunday, I think it's possible.
I think they should probably add it next to Sky High Sunday, right? Just plop a bunch of presents in there.
If they go with the original theming as well, that could act as a fair reason to bring this into World, even after it was already in a Deluxe, since they would still be quite different. So for that, I'll put this at the top of B tier, easily the 8 Deluxe remake that I could see coming back the most. Remember kids, this one doesn't count. Now we've got to take a look at a track that I'm honest.
Yoshi Circuit though. Yoshi everywhere. Where it will stop, no one knows. I feel like we're in the market for another good desert track. I feel like, obviously, it's like, oh, it's a desert track. It's like, yeah, but the one desert track we have is like shit. Or the one, like, obviously the Shagai Bazaar, but Shagai Bazaar is like, that doesn't count. That's a good desert track. It's a Bazaar track, okay? It's the world's first Bazaar type track. Yoshi Desert, adding the Sphinx. If anything, I think Yoshi Desert would kind of fill out that space in the open world quite a good bit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine they just add the Yoshi Sphinx and Pyramids to like a section of the desert area and add Yoshi Desert like in between Hills and Bazaar. Imagine that. That'd be kind of cool. You drive up the Sphinx as well. That'd be kind of sick. I'd like that. You know, easy A.
Honestly surprised to not see in Mario Kart World already. Yoshi Desert was an incredibly popular prediction before the game's release. It hasn't gotten a remake before outside of Tour, and just makes sense to easily slot into the world as a desert track. It's also got a unique set piece with the Yoshi Sphinx, even if Mario Kart Wii took it for Dry Ruins.
You took everything from me.
The issue with Yoshi Desert returning now is the fact that we already have plenty of desert tracks in Mario Kart World. Desert Hills is the one it's primarily in contention with, as they're both incredibly basic desert courses that have some oases. Yoshi Desert doesn't have the awesome, but there's really not anything it does have to make up for the loss. The most defining gameplay element that I can think of is this weird box of coins that I never understood since you could just drive over it.
I think the Piranha Plant gimmick could work quite well for it. I always thought it was probably one of the best like hazards in like even the series.
It really looks like
what's it, the Piranha Pits? I know the fucking Toko, whatever they're called, the Tokos are pretty alright. But I really like these Piranha Plant Pits. I feel like that could make it stand out. Maybe you put the Sphinx close to the track, so the Sphinx has more of a part. I think Yoshi Desert has a lot of potential. It really does. Like you got the eating piranha plants. You could even imagine if you turn it into a section track where you go desert outside the desert first lap, and then you're inside a pyramid second lap, and then inside the Sphinx the third or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or even just remake the whole track where you're in the Sphinx the whole time. It's a 3-lap track inside the Sphinx. I don't know, something like that. It could be paired well with Dry Ruins. It could really pair with that too, actually. So this and Dry Ruins could have really high potential. It really could.
It really looks like these should be walls, so I'm not sure what the point of it is. For Yoshi Desert to be worth adding, it would probably need a major overhaul. Still though, without ever receiving a remake, it's got a pretty decent shot, so I'll put it at the bottom of A tier.
Do you know what? I think I'm gonna... Considering Dry Desert also uses the Sphinx set piece, you could easily fuse Yoshi Desert with Dry Ruins. Have a section where you're outside and it's Dry Ruins. No, have a section where you're outside and it's Yoshi Desert. Have a section of where it's Dry Ruins where you go inside the Sphinx. But in Dry Ruins you go outside again. Instead of going outside again, you climb up the Sphinx some more. So the rest of the track's indoors. Because it takes place indoors, that's that like kind of differentiates it from Desert Hills and Shy Guy Bazaar where you're outside all the time, excluding the Daisy Palace section. I'm gonna be honest, Dry Ruins Yoshi Desert Fusion, that could easily work. Yoshi Ruins, I think it could so easily work. And the worst part is, I don't like when it comes to like fan ideas, like it's really far-fetched, but I don't think Nintendo is gonna go, like, it's so crazy to think about Yoshi Desert and Dry Ruins, considering they both use the Yoshi Sphinx. Considering they both do, I think it's fair to fuse these two together, you know? That'd be so good.
And then nearby you have Battle Course 3.
Hey, that works even perfectly too, honestly. Yeah, it's S. I think it's S.
Here. If any tracks are going to get major overhauls, it's most likely going to be the GBA tracks, like we saw in Ribbon Road.
Yeah, exactly. And the precedent, and we also have the precedent in this chat, don't we, of GBA tracks getting massive overhauls. So when I'm pining for a massive overhaul of Yoshi Desert, I don't think I'm like game theorying too hard, am I? Yoshi Desert and Dry Ruins both have a Yoshi Sphinx. You could fuse both of those tracks together. You can maybe even make it take place inside the Sphinx, add a bit more parkour stuff. The pillars, Dry Ruins also had pillars that fall just like Dry Desert did. Add those to the track to add some parkour stuff. I don't think we're like spitballing too far outside the realms of possibility. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're being quite reasonable here.
And finally, we are ending off the Star Cup with Bowser Castle 3.
This is basically a reused Mario 64 render. I find that funny. I didn't even know that. What? Is that true? They reused the 64 render and gave it like 10 times more aura? I didn't even know that. Guys, did you know that? That's a 64 render? How did they give it like massive...
Star Cup with Bowser Castle 3.
It overlaps like almost perfectly, doesn't it? Yeah, you know what, Odyssey Central? You've ruined my life. You've ruined my life, honestly. Bowser Castle 3. Now I love Bowser Castle 3. One of the better tracks in the original game. How would it actually fare in a Mario Kart World game though? Excuse me. I think theming wise, obviously it's got that relatively unique blue color scheme. Firstly, do they keep it? Secondly, one of the things I think holds this one back is it takes place outside the castle, which the in-game Bowser Castle also takes place a good chunk of it outside the castle too. So having a second Bowser Castle that also takes place outside the castle might be a bit... You know what I mean? If you're going to add another Bowser Castle, I think you add one that actually uses the castle interior properly, you know? And the question is, do they keep the uniquely blue aesthetic? I don't think Tor did they? So it's like, you know? So its relative uniqueness of being outside is kind of lost on the base games, you know? So I'm just like... And then obviously you have those ramps, which are good opportunities for parkour. Maybe you could parkour off the thwomps as well. You also have Bowser Castle 4 just looking at you right there. So I'm going to put this in C. Tor is just the BC1 visuals. Yeah, I think 4 The parkour being a bit questionable. It takes place outside where we probably want an inside Bowser Castle. I'm putting it in C, I think. I'm putting it in C.
Cup with Bowser Castle 3. Same exact comment as the other two, but this one got its remake in Mario Kart Wii. I do like the area with a bunch of jumps and could see it improving with parkour, but not enough to make it the most likely Bowser Castle to return from this game. I'll put it down in B tier with the others.
I'll put it in C.
And that brings us to the game's final cup, the Special Cup. Spoiler.
Special Cup. Yeah, gamers. Hang on. Let me just. So in order to avoid me having to look for these, I'm just gonna quickly speed this up for myself. I'm gonna put boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna leave those there so I don't have to go looking for them. Lakeside Park. Easiest S tier of my fucking life, bro. This is easy, guys. This is so easy. Easy squeezy, easy squeezy. The best part is how do you add the volcano aesthetic? Bowser Castle has like raining like meteors and stuff. Maybe you could have like the raining meteors fall on like Lakeside Park or something if you want to add that back. Maybe add even like a custom volcano or something. There's so many ways you could bring this back. And it's got a couple of jumps, so parkour would be kind of cool. Yeah, this works. This works. And then even with a massive overhaul, yeah, you could do there's so much potential for this one. So much potential for the easiest
This
S
is
ever.
where a lot of the game's best tracks lie in terms of our DLC tier list. We begin with Lakeside Park, which in my opinion is basically a better Riverside Park. Not necessarily in terms of layout, but for this tier list, I find it far more likely since it hasn't gotten a remake outside of Tour.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
got a bit more of an interesting theme.
Absolute scam that it's never been remade. This is like one of the ones where when people have put their hand on my shoulder like, Rusty, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, you should feel sorry for Lakeside. What a cool track idea with like a really compelling layout and a high potential for remake. That's just been lost to time. Do you know what I mean? Come on, bro. Like, the world needs
also
a well-done overhaul of this track. You know what I mean?
But it's filled
Gimmick
with
intact.
meteors. I think this would be a lot of fun and really add to the chaos of 24 racers.
And then on top of that, in a game that doesn't really do a lot of hazards, having the volcano be a hazard will also give it like a unique selling point too.
The volcano spitting out the lava rocks would also be a pretty distinct location for the open world. I could easily see this track improving to about the level of 8 Deluxe Riverside Park, and then going even further with new parkour mechanics. I see no reason to not put this in our S tier.
Yeah,
I'm putting
easy.
it above Cheep Cheep Island just because I think the jungle volcano theme is a little more unique than a beach with a boardwalk. But that
They'll remove the volcano hazards. If they do, I'll beat up Miyamoto. I'll find Miyamoto in the street, bro.
brings us to potentially the saddest course in Super Circuit selection. Throughout this video,
Broken Pier. I think he's going to talk about Broken Pier. I think Broken Pier with an overhaul would be amazing. Are you kidding me, man? Like, are you telling me like this? If they think about it, if they cooked with Boo Lake, which they did, I think we all agree, right? They cooked with Boo Lake. Imagine Boo Lake, but more complicated and like more intrinsic. Come on, man. The potential on this is unbelievable. Put it next to Galleon as well. It fits perfectly next to Galleon as well. Broken Pier. Come on, it's just a fucking crime, man.
I've mentioned tracks that haven't gotten remakes outside of Tour. However, there are 2 tracks that have never been remade, even with Tour included. One of those tracks is Broken Pier. It was just too scary.
True.
I've talked about this track a few times in previous videos, and while it wouldn't go as far
If they somehow managed to incorporate the invisible bridges that this track has, I don't think they would. I think in a remake they'd get rid of that. But if they did though, oh, it'd be so good. This track has so many invisible bridges, by the way. I fucking love it,
it's
man.
an underrated masterpiece, I do think
It is an underrated gem, eh? It's an underrated gem.
a little better than most people.
Fucking, I'm not forgiving Shafrillis for putting this shit in last place. I want to dare to be different. Yeah, Shafe? Yeah? Fucking bastard. Absolute bastard.
Aesthetically, it is a fairly generic Ghost track, but gameplay-wise, it's actually quite strong. Not only are there plenty of hidden bridges used for shortcuts, but many of the turns have these jump pads to help you cut the corners a bit. That aligns pretty perfectly with Mario Kart World's parkour-based design. And since this is a Ghost track, I feel like they could take a lot more liberties in how it's adapted. They can make it as weird and wonky as they want. I mean, looking at Boo Lake again, they made a once flat track pretty slanted throughout. I think Broken Pier could easily get that level of remake without having to rely on an underwater
invisible grind rails. Ooh, that. Hey, listen. Go home. Hey, I'm calling my uncle. I'm calling my uncle tomorrow. Oh,
Since so much of this track's appeal is already based on parkour, it would make perfect sense to bring it over to Mario Kart World. The only issue I could see is the fact that the aesthetic is kind of similar to the SNES Ghost Valleys that are seen on the intermission.
I think I saw someone in the chat earlier say it. I'm going to steal it from whoever that was. You could put this behind Boo Cinema. You got Ghost Valley in front of Boo Cinema, Broken Pit behind Boo Cinema. Oh, it works. It works, it works.
But if they do a good
Hey, it's not stolen valor. I admitted I stole it from someone in the chat earlier, okay? I'm admitting to my crime.
job adapting this track's surroundings,
I'm telling you I stole a Mars bar. You can't be angry at me
I'm
now.
going to put this at the top of S tier, as I think it could translate extremely well into Mario Kart World's gameplay. On to our final Bowser's Castle of the bunch, and if you haven't picked up on it yet, this is definitely my choice for which one should return.
Yeah. Boring. 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 Boring S tier. Boring S tier gamers. Boring, 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 boring. Again, an indoor Bowser Castle would like fit differently from the outdoor Bowser Castle we have. It's one that's never been remade before. Really complicated. It just ticks all the buttons. It's boring. It's the easiest. It's the easiest free for all on planet Earth.
Bowser Castle 4 is the
even if you take the original or the I've seen the tour one. The tour one looks pretty fucking cool as well. You could take either one and I'll be happy. I don't really care.
GBA Bowser Castle to not receive a remake outside of Mario Kart Tour. That makes it easily the most deserving of an appearance in Mario Kart World's DLC, but there's a bit more to it than that. While I have been pretty much ignoring Tour up until this point, because it sucks and I hate it, I did want to look at its remake of Bowser Castle 4 as a frame of reference for how it could look in Mario Kart World. That's because they drastically changed the course to be far more interesting. A lot of people love SNES Bowser Castle 3 and 8 Deluxe, but this remake is probably an even bigger jump in quality. Not only are there a ton of elevation changes to a once flat track, but there are even areas off the main castle road, and the course overlaps itself at several points.
I love that. I love the fact that there's like 2 areas that overlap. In a game with 24 races, I think that works much better as well, you know what I mean?
The biggest change, though, would have to be a big section of rolling metal balls.
Yeah, I don't know why Bowser's big metal balls are on the track. No idea, but I fuck with it. I'm here for it.
Giant slope, which I think would be
Bowser's big metal balls and the Mecha Koopas at the end.
an insanely fun.
And then add Mecha Koopa as a race. Yeah, Nintendo hire me. Nintendo hire me.
Obstacle to avoid with 23 other people. And this is just what they did with the track in Tour. I'm sure you can imagine this track becoming even more insane when you add parkour to the mix. So of the Bowser Castle tracks in this game, this is easily the one that I want to see the most in World, and the one that I think deserves it the most as well. I'll be putting this up in S tier. It'll be at the bottom since we do have a Bowser Castle course and another lava course with Dry Bones Burnout, but I do think BC4 would give a different enough feel.
And then the last one is the Rainbow Road. Guys, for the longest time I didn't want them to add this back because there's no Oingy Boingy, but Mario Kart World is an entire game with Oingy Boingy. Are you telling me a Rainbow Road that's famed for its like insane parkour and skippery in a game that's famed for its parkour and skip? Yeah, this is like S plus broski, and it's not even me nostalgia posting neither. This one is known for its like jiggery pokery, and in a game full of that, it's like the easiest marriage on planet Earth. If they turn this Rainbow Road into parkour road, yeah, come on, bro. Like it's so easy.
That brings us to the final course of the video, and if you've ever played a Mario Kart game before, you know it's time to talk about Rainbow Road. Now, for years, I used to say Sky Garden was my favorite track from Super Circuit.
Yeah?
That's because I was a DS chud. Rainbow Road is way better.
Let's fucking go! Another DS shut let's go! I'm telling you, gamers, every DS shut needs to go back to playing GBA. Because you'll learn the greatness that is this track, I'm telling you. This track is amazing, you gotta play it!
Time I have to return for Super Circuit for a video, I always look forward to playing on this track again, and that's because it's just incredibly fun. I mentioned in Broken Pier that many of its turns have jump pads, but Rainbow Road takes that to a whole other level. For most of the course, jump pads line the edge of the road. That makes it more difficult to control yourself, but it also opens the track up for insane shortcuts. This really feels like a bit of foreshadowing with the stuff that Mario Kart World lets you pull off. So I think getting this Rainbow Road into Mario Kart World would be extremely cool. Now yes, it would have to change quite a bit since we don't really have the same kind of jump pads, but I think they could make it even better. All they have to do is take the basic layout and spruce it up with brand new parkour options. One of the current major criticisms for World's Rainbow Road is that it's too easy and doesn't utilize a lot of...
Oh my god, I just put that together as well. like one of the biggest criticisms of the base game RR is that it doesn't really use a lot of the parkour. So why not add a second one that does? Come on, it's like a match made in heaven. Are you kidding me? This one complements the other one perfectly. That one has like amazing vibes and a set piece. This one's just all parkour all the time. Tell me it just would work. It just would work.
So I think Super Circuit's Rainbow Road could balance it out. Have one Rainbow Road for the insane spectacle, and another for some difficulty.
That's what I've been saying.
I would love to grind this track out in a modern game, so of every course we've looked at today, it's easily the one I want to see the most. That's aided by the fact that this is the other track alongside Broken Pier to never get a remake, even including Tour. Seeing as the base game Rainbow Road and World didn't have to worry about the open world either, I think Super Circuit's Rainbow Road could be added with relatively little issue. So all that being said, I'm putting it at the top of S tier. Many may disagree since we already have a Rainbow Road, but one, I don't care.
Yeah, let's go! Let's go! We need more Nintendo YouTubers to just say, I don't care! It's my video! And I get to say what I want! This is why I'm a member. This is why I'm a member. Even if I disagree with him, he's like, I don't care, bitch. Let's go.
2, Mario Kart 8 had 5 of them. So if we get DLC tracks in the future,
so that's the best kind of I don't care. It's I don't care. Plus, I'm actually going to give you a legitimate reason as well. He chutted and dunks. Send him home.
Super Circuit's Rainbow Road would be a perfect fit.
It would, you're right.
But anyways, that's it for this video. Do you love GBA Battle Course 1 and hate me for not mentioning it? Let me know in the comments.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun looking through this game again for this video, so hopefully you all enjoyed this little tier list as well.
Listen, I enjoyed you looking through it as well, and I enjoyed us being able to tier him with you. Mr. Central Gamers, wow! Wow! And a classic Odyssey Central good video. Wow, shocker. And a shocker to absolutely no one. A shocker to no one in the slightest. And if you guys are curious, this is my final list as well. My least wanted remake is Moresty Circuit, and my most wanted is Rainbow Road, with everything else somewhere here. I'm gonna add a little delineation here and say, also I'm gonna put respectful D tier. I think that works.
Super Circuit Special Cup is probably a top 5 cup in the series.
Real?
The fact that all its tracks went 2 decades without being remade is a real shame.
Honestly, it's the reason why people put their hand on my shoulder. Honestly, but I have long since come to terms with the fact that Nintendo just does not fucking care about Super Circuit. What was it? 1 track in 7, 1 track in base game 8. Yeah, any Super Circuit fan knows that they do not care about us. So when there was none in World, I'm just like, yeah. I felt nothing because I'm just like, we're just first time. Yeah, first time. And it's like, oh, but the DLC's false hope, bro. They gave us false hope. They gave us Super Circuit Chuds false hope. Thank you for the 5, by the way, Nancy. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's my list. And, of course, gamers. No reaction would be complete with us laughing at Odyssey Central, the Odyssey Central daycare. Let's have a look at the comment show. It should have given us Yoshi Desert instead of Desert Hills. That would have Yoshi can get a track in the game. Super Circuit could be represented in an actual good track. Real? Gamers? I need to ask the US government. Is the comment is real? $10 million? We need to know. It's a damn crime that most of the parkour-based track didn't make the most parkour-based Rainbow Road. Crazy, huh? Thank you so much, man.
First time donating to the Big Moresty.
The Big Moresty, yeah?
Being my best eating food and lunch break watch.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. I hope that lunch... What did you have for lunch? I need to know, Dark Child. What was for lunch? Was it a meal deal? Listen, I see that. I see that pound sterling right there. What's the meal deal? We're gonna rate Dark Child's meal deal now. That's what we're gonna do. The Big M. So we've got the Big N, which is Nintendo, and the Big M, yeah? Let me know the meal deal, okay? Let me know the meal deal. The co-op meal deal? Ooh, the co-op. I don't really fuck with co-op like that, to be honest. What's the co-op meal deal got for me? I'm like a Sainsbury's meal deal kind of guy or a Tesco meal deal kind of guy. Co-op is a bit out there. I've never seen it before, I'm gonna be honest. What do they even have? Because co-op always seems like a bit bougie, do you know what I mean? Like, co-op is like oddly expensive for like no reason if you ask me. Like M&S and Waitrose, it makes sense because I'm like, they're the bougie ones. But like I go into a co-op every time and I'm just like, Why is it so expensive? So like, is the meal deal good enough to make up for it? Duck Child needs to know. If so, next time I'll try and get a co-op meal deal. I'll give it a rating just for you, alright? Thanks for the 5 though. It's so needlessly expensive, but I can't get enough of that chicken and stuffing sandwich. If I pass by a co-op, I'm gonna get one just for you, okay? I'll let you know. I'll let you know, because I do have a co-op not too far from me. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try just for you, okay? So yeah, it's just a bit pricey. It's a pricey bit. Jenny, especially when I got a little next to me as well. I got a little next to me. Jesse, what we talk about? We're talking British. Americans go home, okay? Americans go home. Hey, silence, Americans. A British person just donated money to me, okay? Therefore, God save the king and all that. Anyway, let's continue. Yo, she does it. Give me that Sphinx. Give me that Sphinx raw. Give me that Sphinx. Give me that Sphinx, baby. Cold Valley's just off too hard. It really does, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, everyone. I haven't seen Albert Boris in a hot minute. Like, at least the video, anyway. I've seen him in the chat lately. Sunset Wild is the course that conceived the daylight cycle of Mario Kart, not making an appearance in Wild. Will never not be a crime. Yeah, no respect. No respect for old friends, really. That's how that goes. Bro missed the Sir Musty reference in the comment. Oh boy, guys, should we scroll up and see the person mentioning me? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, guys. Oh, boy. Yeah, move on. It's confused. Fire Oasis did the layout of Lakeside Park in mirror mode back. Is it in mirror mode? Shit. Sorry for being Native American. It's your fault. It's your own fault, okay? They could have given Sunset Wild a complete revamp and the canyons and whatnot. Can't believe it. Even Albert is here for extra propaganda as well. Extra propaganda as well. Unbelievable. Here at Odyssey Central, I gotta say, I hope this doesn't come off as overly corny. I recently discovered channel, I gotta say, not only do I love your humor, but I love that I was able to find someone on the internet who cares about Mario from a gameplay standpoint, but also a character as much as me. You know, classic. You know, we love nice people in the comments. I hope you have had a good day. Lolino Dam 64. What was it? What else have we got here? I never knew that either. I never knew they'd use that render as well. New news to me. I missed that era of gaming. What, the 2000s? You know what, right? I don't think someone named SMB Super Mario Brandon DeSanta with Michael DeSanta profile picture was around for that era of gaming. I'm sorry, I don't think you. Something tells me that you're just a bit too young. I don't know, to be honest. Either way, I miss it too sometimes. I miss it too. Also, it'd be pretty cool if they could turn several Bowser characters into. Oh, I think someone in our chat mentioned that too. Oh my god, we said the same thing. The booster course pass is just 4, but it's 8 deluxe. Haha. BFD law zoomers. See this why I call it the Odyssey daycare, you know? I don't know, battle for I don't know what it's called, bro. Zoomer slop. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it, okay? Can you have a new Pokemon game coming out in 2020? Because it actually looks pretty cool and good. Odyssey. What is Odyssey? What is Odyssey Central going to reply to this? It depends if I got the time to play through it, but nothing is possible. Interesting. Okay. Hold on, like, my channel's called Odyssey Central. I'm not talking about. Bro, if you haven't played a Pokemon game since X and Y Odyssey, okay? I'm not hearing it from you, all right? Hey, Brout Gang. Is it Brout Gang? It better be Brout Gang, okay? It better be Brout Gang, okay? Zuma Slop implies the existence of Zuma Gem. There are Zuma Gems. I would say Zuma memes are good. But like some of your Zuma shows are Zuma Slop. You know? Like what's it? Amazing Digital Circus is Zuma Gem. BFDI is Zuma Slop. That's what it is. That's my tier list, okay? Oh no, he's so true, he did! Crazy work. What else have we got? I'm of the opinion that games DLC will likely take the form of mini open worlds. Possible. That's the island theory. It's the island theory, gamers. My friends are making me watch it. Tell me if it's any good, okay? Or do I keep slandering it? Is Deltarune Zuma Gem? I'd say so. You fans are fucking annoying, but, you know, it is Zuma Gem. I can't pretend it's not. You know, it's like Mario 64 is like Millennial Gem, you know? I think, what's it? Okay. I'm thinking, guys, us millennials can get Galaxy 1, Zoomers can get Galaxy 2. Is that fair, chat? I think that's fair. You know? think that's fair. I think you guys can get Bowser calls. You guys can get that. We're taking 64 Sunshine and Galaxy. You guys get Galaxy 2, 3D World, Odyssey. How about that? I think that's where the divide happens, you know? Of like the Zoomer slop, the Zoomer millennial divide, you know what I mean? My Galaxy want to shed custody. Okay, you get them on the weekends, we get them on the weekdays, okay? How about that? Nah, listen, you guys are too young, it's your fault. Okay, hang on. You go, no, can I get Galaxy 1? I'm sorry, if you weren't at least like 9 years old when Galaxy came out, not happening. No, I'm sorry, no, you're not getting it. Wow, you're not getting it. You're not getting it, too young. That's the cutoff, okay, that's the cutoff, all right? So Super Mario Journey is Gen Alpha, that'll be Alpha Gen, it definitely will be. Mr. Arcane GP and Home Site, ban him. Ban that guy. Honestly, ban that guy. Get rid of that guy. Get rid of him. What else have we got? Today I learned Odyssey Central is aware of... I have no idea what that is. Is that all it is with you? I swear to God, I can't handle you Zoomers sometimes. I swear to God. Is it really as simple as... Thing mentioned, yay! It's like, there's somebody who upvoted this stream right now, who up-chungus this stream, because I said, the amazing digital circus, guys. The amazing digital circus. Yeah, guys. Smiling friends. Yeah, smiling friends. Yeah, you guys like, yeah. Yeah, you guys like that? Yeah, let's go. Oh, guys. Toll Drum Islands. Yeah. You're like, yeah, you guys like, yeah, okay. Shit, hang on, I gotta keep this going. Fuck. Oh God, what did I say? Oh, Tomodachi Life is bad. Oh my God, Sloppy's here. Oh my God. That's a really great video. It was. Oh my gosh. I like that one. Okay, I'm leaving this comment section, bro. I can't. Hey, listen, I can't deal with the daycare, man. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Too many. There's too many of you guys.
Social justice warrior thinks it's hilarious to write in all caps and type out stuff like.
What's FT?
What's FT? I don't know. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask. Thanks for the 20 saw. God damn, you give me bird flu as well while you're at it? Musty's brain explodes from object show mention. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I can't be dealing with this. I can't be dealing with it. Bit random, but could you rank my level? Alright, chat. Someone go to this guy's level and give me a you know what, Dante, we'll do it for you, okay? Odyssey Central might not listen to you, but the Musquite Empire... See, Odyssey, he's too big to care about you. You should subscribe to me instead. Mario Kart World Retrospective, that's a secret retrospective and trying on my childhood Mario Kart. A fellow unk like me, yeah? A fellow unk like me. Hell yeah. Oh, I recognize this person. I reckon this person comments on my videos XD and I think it's cute. I think it's adorable. I like it. They've been going for a bunch of my Moresties just typing XD in random timestamps. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you found that bit funny. Thanks, Gabby, awesome. I appreciate that. Babe, quiet down, my show is on. Fair dues. Getting tired of the GBA Mario Circus slander. It's what works for Mario Kart World. Did you see the title? Are you really telling me that GBA Mario Circle would work from... Yeah, down Chungus. I completely disagree that Mario Kart World's mechanics and gameplay being the strongest in the series. No way, that's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Boring. Where? Oh, he's so boring. Yeah, guys, can I just get like a fucking 7-inch margarita pizza? It's like, okay, that works. But why get a 7-inch margarita when pepperoni is just there? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, we like a margarita pizza, but then you have pepperoni and you're like, what's the point of margarita? Pepperoni is just margarita with more stuff on it. That's what Mario Kart World is. Don't hug me, I'm scared. Oh, fucks. Yeah, do you know what? I'm leaving. If it's one more Zoomer thing mentioned, I'm leaving. I'm leaving, bro. Okay, I'm fucking leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And then we got BFDI Macaron, YouTube member. Yeah, I'm leaving. Bye, Odyssey. Your video's great, but your comments are full of fucking zoomers. I feel old. I aged like 10 years looking at your comment section, bro. I'm gonna retract my membership live. If I see more, 16, I've been in this house for 16 months, honestly. It's been 16, Jesus Christ. I've been in this house, I'm canceling. If you don't appeal to me and me specifically, hey, I'm leaking it. I'm leaking the video.